Are you over 60 and dealing with dry skin and vaginal dryness at the same time? If you are, this is not a coincidence, and it is not two separate problems. It is one problem, one cause, two locations, and once you understand that, everything changes. Most women spend real money on face serums, collagen powders, and hyaluronic acid creams, but they still feel dry everywhere else, and they have no idea why. Today, I'm going to explain exactly why this happens, and I'm going to show you a 5-part protocol that works on both at the same time, starting this week. Here is why this matters. Most women are treating only the visible side of this problem and silently accepting the other. But you don't have to accept either one. The same biology that is drying out your skin is drying out your intimate tissue. And the same nutritional support that helps one helps the other. You just need to know how to use it in both directions. Before I get into the protocol, I want to show you something that will make everything make sense, because there is a pattern behind this that most women have never seen explained clearly. Stay with me. I want to tell you about a woman I'll call Donna. Donna is 63. Her bathroom shelf is full. Retinol serum, collagen powder in her morning coffee, a hyaluronic acid moisturizer, vitamin E oil around her eyes. She has a routine. She keeps it. Her skin looks good. She takes pride in that. But there's something she's never told anyone. Not her dermatologist, not her gynecologist, not her daughter. For 4 years, she has been quietly managing vaginal dryness. No real strategy, just a lubricant when she absolutely has to, and a quiet resignation the rest of the time. She told me once, "I've spent so much on my face and I'm still dry everywhere else. I don't understand why one part of my body responds and the other doesn't." I asked to see her supplement shelf. Collagen powder, vitamin E, hyaluronic acid serum. 3 products that could have been working for both problems at the same time. She just didn't know they were the same problem. If that sounds like you, hit subscribe right now. This is exactly the kind of connection this channel exists to make. Your whole body deserves information, not just the parts people are comfortable talking about. So, what is actually happening? Let's make it simple. Your skin and your vaginal tissue are more alike than you think. They are both estrogen-dependent. They both use collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid as their main structural ingredients. They both have a lipid barrier that holds moisture in, and they both have estrogen receptors that tell them how to maintain themselves. When estrogen declines after menopause, both tissues receive the same signal at the same time. Produce less, maintain less, retain less moisture. This is why so many women over 60 experience what functional medicine calls the dryness triad: dry skin, dry eyes, and vaginal dryness, all arriving within the same few years, sometimes the same few months. These are not 3 separate problems happening at the same time by coincidence. They are 3 different addresses receiving the same letter. And the letter says, estrogen dropped and I haven't adjusted yet. Here's the number worth knowing. In the first 5 years after menopause, women lose approximately 30% of their skin's collagen. After that, the loss continues at roughly 2% every year. Collagen isn't just a skincare word. It is the main structural protein in your vaginal walls, too. The same thinning you see in your face is happening intimately at the same pace. Most women treat one and accept the other. They shouldn't have to accept either. And hyaluronic acid, the molecule your expensive serum is built around, exists naturally in your vaginal tissue as well. In healthy tissue, it holds moisture. After menopause, production drops in both places at the same time. You may already be spending money on the right molecule. You just don't know to use it in both directions. Now, let's get into the protocol. 5 parts, practical, straightforward. Part 1. Collagen support from the inside. Topical collagen doesn't reach deep enough to rebuild structural tissue. It definitely doesn't reach your vaginal walls. What does reach both systems is the raw material your body uses to make its own collagen. The most important piece is vitamin C. Your body cannot complete the collagen production process without it. Taking collagen powder without vitamin C is like buying building materials and forgetting the cement. You have everything you need except the one thing that holds it together. Functional medicine commonly discusses exploring vitamin C in ranges starting at 500 milligrams daily and upward, depending on individual needs and circumstances. Always review this with your doctor before adding anything new. Glycine and proline are the two amino acids your body actually uses to assemble collagen fibers. They're found in bone broth, slow-cooked meats, and gelatin. Including these in your diet regularly gives both your skin and your vaginal tissue the materials they need to keep repairing themselves day after day. This isn't exotic, it's foundational, and it's the piece most collagen supplement labels don't explain. Part 2. Hyaluronic acid, inside and out. Oral hyaluronic acid has been studied for skin hydration with generally positive results. Because it distributes through your system, it may support moisture in mucous membranes more broadly too. It's the same molecule. It goes where moisture is needed. Functional medicine commonly discusses daily oral ranges of 100 to 200 milligrams as an educational starting point, always reviewed with a physician based on individual circumstances. For vaginal tissue specifically, topical hyaluronic acid has real clinical support behind it. Several studies have compared vaginal hyaluronic acid directly to low-dose topical estrogen in postmenopausal women and found comparable results for moisture and comfort. This is not a cosmetic use. It is a therapeutic one with published data behind it. And it is the same molecule you may already be applying to your face every night before bed. The only difference is knowing it belongs in two places, not one. If you are already using a hyaluronic acid face serum, adding a vaginal formulation is not a new category. It is the second half of something you already started. Part 3. Omega-3 fatty acids for the lipid barrier. Your skin has a lipid barrier. Your vaginal tissue has one too. Think of it like the seal around a window. It keeps moisture in and cold air out. When that seal weakens, everything leaks. After menopause, lipid production drops in both locations. The barrier thins. Things dry out faster. They irritate more easily. Omega-3 fatty acids help rebuild and maintain this barrier from the inside. They reduce inflammation in tissue. They improve the quality of cell membranes throughout your body, including in both skin and vaginal epithelium. Functional medicine commonly discusses daily ranges of 1 to 3 grams of combined EPA and DHA as a general educational starting point. Fatty fish 3 or more times a week provides solid dietary support. If you already take omega-3 for your heart or your joints, know that it was quietly doing work for your skin and intimate tissue at the same time. Talk to your doctor first, especially if you take blood-thinning medication. Part 4. Ceramide-rich foods. Ceramides are lipid molecules that sit in the outer layers of your skin and hold the barrier structure together. They work alongside hyaluronic acid. One retains moisture. The other seals it in. After menopause, ceramide levels in skin decline. Fewer ceramides means a weaker barrier, more moisture escaping, drier, more reactive skin. A similar lipid barrier function operates in vaginal epithelial tissue. Foods that naturally contain ceramides include wheat germ, brown rice, sweet potatoes, eggs, spinach, and certain dairy products. These aren't exotic supplements, they are ordinary foods. Including them consistently in your weekly meals means your body has the raw material to keep building and replacing ceramide layers in both locations over time. Part 5. The Unified Daily Routine. Here is what this looks like when you put it all together. Not complicated, just coherent. Morning. Your collagen powder goes into your coffee or smoothie as usual. Vitamin C goes right beside it every time. One doesn't work as well without the other. That's the first upgrade most women can make this week with no new products at all. Just add the vitamin C. Your oral hyaluronic acid, if you choose to add it, goes with your morning water. Your omega-3 goes with whichever meal contains the most fat, because omega-3 absorbs better with dietary fat present. Evening. While you apply your hyaluronic acid face serum, you apply a vaginal hyaluronic acid product before bed. You don't have to do this every night. 3 to 4 times a week is a reasonable starting point for most women. You are not adding a new step. You are extending one you already have to include the tissue that needs it just as much as your face does. Food runs across the week. More fatty fish, more sweet potatoes, brown rice or wheat germ for ceramides. More bone broth when you have it for glycine and proline. Nothing rigid, just consistent. Your body responds to repeated signals, not perfect days. Before we talk about common mistakes, let me ask you something. If you already take collagen, are you taking it with vitamin C? If you already use hyaluronic acid on your face, do you have a vaginal version as well? If you already take omega-3, do you know it's working on your intimate moisture at the same time? You may be closer to a unified routine than you think. You might just be missing 1 or 2 connections. Here are 3 mistakes that keep women stuck even when they're already doing most of this. First, taking collagen without vitamin C. Without vitamin C, the collagen production process cannot complete. This one gap makes the supplement far less effective than it should be. It's one of the most common things I see. Women who have been taking collagen for months and feel like nothing happened. They weren't missing the collagen. They were missing the cofactor. Second, using a face hyaluronic acid product and thinking the work is done. Vaginal tissue needs direct topical application. What you apply to your face stays on your face. It does not travel to your vaginal tissue internally. These are 2 separate applications of the same molecule. If you're only doing one, you're leaving one of your most estrogen-sensitive tissues without the support it needs. Third, taking omega-3 inconsistently. The lipid barrier benefit builds over weeks of daily use. Taking it 3 days, skipping 4, then repeating doesn't produce the same effect as consistent daily intake. Tie it to a meal you eat every day. Make it automatic. Your body responds to repeated, reliable signals, not heroic occasional doses. Let's go back to Donna. Once she understood the connection, something shifted. She told me, "I never thought of it as neglecting one part of myself. I just didn't know they were connected. I was doing half the job and wondering why only half of me felt better." She started taking vitamin C with her collagen powder. That was the first change. Small. Easy. Just adding one more thing to the shelf she already used every morning. She added a vaginal hyaluronic acid gel, 3 nights a week before bed, right after applying her face serum. She didn't change her routine, she extended it. 1 more serving of salmon per week. Sweet potatoes showing up more regularly in her meals. None of it felt like a major overhaul. It felt like completing something she had already started. Around 6 weeks later, she told me the lubricant she had relied on felt less necessary. Not gone, but less urgent. Her skin felt more comfortable in the mornings, too. Less tight after washing her face. She said she hadn't expected both things to shift at the same time. But of course they did. They were always the same system. She said something I've thought about since. She said, "I don't know why nobody ever told me it was all one thing. It would have saved me years of feeling like my body was failing in 2 directions at once. I kept trying to fix each thing separately, and I never could. Because they weren't separate. It wasn't failing, it was never properly informed. And that is exactly the difference between a body that feels like it's falling apart and a body that finally has what it needs. So here's what I want you to do right now. Look at your shelf. Collagen without vitamin C? Add it this week. Hyaluronic acid only on your face? Look up a vaginal formulation today. Taking omega-3 already? Good. Keep going. You are already doing the right things. You just weren't aiming them at your whole body. One more thing. If right now you're thinking, I can't believe I didn't know this, I want you to hear this clearly. Of course you didn't know. Nobody explained it. Nobody connected it. Most conversations about skin stay in the skincare aisle. Most conversations about vaginal dryness stay in a small, uncomfortable corner nobody wants to look at directly. Nobody put them together and said, these are the same thing, until now. Your body was never falling apart in two separate directions. It was always one system sending one signal. You just finally have the information to hear it clearly. Leave a comment telling me which of the 5 parts was new information for you. And if you know someone who has spent real money on their face while quietly suffering from intimate dryness and never connected the two, share this video with them. That one piece of information could change 2 problems at once. Your skin and your intimate tissue come from the same blueprint. They need the same support. And now you know exactly how to give it to both at the same time, without doubling your effort or your spending. Just your awareness. Subscribe for more honest, practical conversations like this one. I'll see you in the next video.